part 2 of a video on this programming assignment, JSPA01, which is about Intro to JavaScript, React, Jest, and code coverage. When we left off, we were just at the point where we were about to do the npm start command that is right here under getting the app running. We already did the npm install in the previous video. We're at the npm start stage. So I'm going to SSH into CSIL, pconrad at CSIL, CS, UCSB, edu, and type in my password. Type in my password correctly. One more time. There we go. Now, before I do anything, I'm going to type the command hostname to see the name of the computer that I'm actually on is cecilvm-01.cs.ucsb.edu. You're going to want to do that. You're going to need this name in a moment, and I'll show you why. But right now, what I'm going to do is cd into CS156, and then cd into JSPA01 pconrad. Then cd into JavaScript. We're always going to work inside the JavaScript directory. So now you see that I have my node modules directory already because I did my npm install, and I'm going to type npm start. Now, if I were actually working on a system where I could bring up a web browser that is also running on cecilvm01 CSUCSB edu, I would be able to come to a web browser tab over here and type in localhost 3000 and see the React app running. But instead, I see localhost refuse to connect. Why is that? Well, it's because this server here that I did an npm start on, it is not running on my local Mac. It is running on CSIL. So when I come over here and try to go to localhost 3000, it says, nah, there's nothing running on port 3000 on your local Mac where this web browser is running. So what do I have to do? Instead of typing in localhost 3000, I'm going to put in the name of that server, cecilvm01.cs.ucsb.edu:3000. And now that I've done that, now it brings up the actual application. And you'll see that in this application, I can put in a fraction like 3/4 plus 1/3 and hit calculate. And what I get back is 13/12. Now, is that correct? Well, you need to find the common denominator, right? That's how you add fractions. So 3/4 would be 9/12. And 1/3 would be 4/12. 9 plus 4 is 13/12. So that seems to be correct. Now, if I do the same thing with subtraction, looks like subtraction is not implemented. Multiplication is not implemented. I am guessing that's part of the work you're going to do in this lab. So that is just an illustration of how to bring up the web application. If I come back over here and Control-C, if I try to now refresh the page, it should say, nope, site can't be reached because it's not running. Do npm start again and refresh the page. It'll take a minute. At first, this React script start is still getting things set up. You got to wait until you see you can now view Intro to JavaScript on localhost 3000. So that is not yet. So we're going to be patient. Because it just takes this a minute. Okay, starting the development server. We're getting closer to when we can actually see this running. Refresh the page one more time. And you can see it's waiting, so this time something is really happening. And it will take a minute. And finally, there it is. Okay, so that is how we do it on CSIL. Now what I want to show you is that if you have npm installed on your local system, you should be able to bring up the application on localhost 3000. So what I'm going to do is I'm now back on my Mac. If you need to install Node on your Mac, I believe we have instructions on the website. If you don't find those, then ask the staff and we can get those for you. I already have NPM installed on my Mac, so I'm going to go to my home directory, and I'm going to make dir CS156 here, cd into CS156, and I'm going to do a get clone on my project over here. So I'll grab the, let's see, actually need to go to the home page of the repo for that. That's not the home page of the repo. This is the home page of the repo. Let's try that again. JSP, JSPA01 P Conrad. And go in there and go to code, SSH, grab that URL, get clone. And here I am on a CD into there, CD into JavaScript. I will need again here to type npm install, since this is a new version of that repository, and you can see that the node modules directory isn't there yet. So npm install, this will take a moment. One of the things that I'm noticing is it tends to run a lot faster on my Mac than it does on CSIL, and you may find the same thing is true. I think it'll come up a lot faster as well if you're just running it on your local machine. Depends on your machine, obviously, if it's an older machine, newer machine. So here's the npm install. I think this is a lot faster than it was on CSIL. We'll see. Here we go. Okay, still doing the npm install. And finally, I can type npm start. This time, I actually should be able to go, and that happened much faster, and it actually brings the web browser up directly for me on localhost 3000. And in just a second, there it is. Okay, and so I should be able to add some fractions here. And there it is. Okay, so that is how you start up the web server and actually the web and at a client where you can see the website on both CSIL and how it would look on a local machine, in this case a Mac. So we'll end this video here, and then I will make another video for the next steps. Thanks for watching.